Hi, I'm Jim Hessler with Path Forward Leadership. Today I want to talk to you about something called the Path Forward Organizational Growth Pyramid. Now, before I get started, there's a link below me, and that link will take you to a longer version of this video with a deeper explanation if you'd like to dive a little deeper. This is just a quick intro into the concept. Paradoxically, growth can kill your business. I think most of you know that. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But the failure of the top leadership in the organization to adapt to the changes that are brought on by growth is one of the main reasons why organizations either stop growing or start failing. So this model is designed to help people understand what's happening in their organization as it grows and what might be the new challenges that are present for leaders as that occurs. So let's imagine this pyramid is an organization of 50 people. Now, you can imagine it, you can add a zero, it doesn't matter. It's a matter of degree. The fundamental concept is the same. But let's just, for this discussion, let's consider this an organization of 50 people. So, and now, hey, things are going great. Your organization's growing. Congratulations, you're doing things right. All of a sudden, it's bigger. Now, there's a way that most people perceive that growth, and that looks like this. Basically, what is happening in people's minds is the pyramid is getting bigger. We're adding layers to the pyramid. We're still here or here, and the organization is growing underneath us. But here's the challenge. That's probably not a good description of what's actually happening in your organization. And what I'd like to suggest is it's actually something that looks quite different from that. When your organization, let's say for example, your organization is now 150 people, much larger, it's tripled in size. What's actually happened is the organization's growth looks like this. Now, how is that different from what I just showed you? Well, it's very different in that you see the growth occurs upward rather than downward, meaning that the leadership jobs at the top of the organization are quite different in the 150-person organization than they were in the 50-person organization. Now, this can happen almost by accident. You're not even sure a lot of people notice it's happening. It's like you're being promoted without an official promotion. All of a sudden you've got more responsibility, you've got more people reporting to you, you've got more complexity under you. And there's a lot of ways that the organization's needs shift as this growth occurs. One of them very simply is communication. Very different communicating through this size of an organization than it is through this size of an organization. This one you can almost just kind of turn your chair around and talk to everybody. This one means that you're more reliant on your mid-level managers to communicate key ideas below the organization, and there's just simply more layers below you and more people. And that's hard to get to each one of them the way that you could when you were leading a smaller organization. The need for repeatable systems and processes, obviously, is another thing where this becomes much more challenging. The access to information gets more complicated. You sometimes end up with multiple physical locations when you're larger. These jobs maybe become more specialized, so people tend to lose context in a bigger organization. They don't see how they're part of the whole. And there's a lot of other changes that happen, and those changes all create a new requirement for leadership. So the biggest problem of all, though, might be the inability of the people here to make this transition, or the need for the organization to make some difficult choices about which one of these people will make that journey. The skill set required to do this job well is very different from the skill set required to do this job. And yet, because of relationship and because of affinities and feelings that we have for each other and our loyalty and our sense of camaraderie, we often pull people up into the larger pyramid without really thinking about whether fit is good. So there's a lot more to unpack here with this model. We encourage you to go to the longer version of the video. But I wanted to show this to you, and I want to start a conversation with you. If you'd like to leave some comments and challenge me on this or add your own perspective to it, I'd appreciate it. Path Forward has programs and approaches that can help your organization make this transition successfully. And we do it by challenging the leaders to understand what's changed and then to either make the adaptations themselves or to otherwise strengthen the leadership team in ways that respond to the new needs of the new organization. Thank you.